Here, we are going to understand this problem that is called customers who never ordered. So we basically have to uh, give the names of those customers who never ordered. Maybe it's a survey of the restaurant or from for the online platform like Swiggy, Zomato, etc. Okay. And so here we have two table. One is the customer one, which is having a column name and a type. So under the column there is an ID and a name, and id is the primary key. They have said means that it cannot be null, and it should contain some value. Okay, so this is what the concept is. Second table is the order. The name of the table is order, and so it is having two columns. One is the id and another is the customer id. So now here id is the primary key, means it cannot be null, and it should have some value. So this is what the concept is, as I have explained it earlier. Okay, so customer ID is a foreign key. Now here understand this very clearly. Okay, customer ID is a foreign key. They have said it's a foreign key. Okay, so if we can see between the two tables, only customer ID is present in the order table, right? As a foreign key of the ID. Okay, so customer ID, so the control we go from customer ID here in the order table to the ID of the customer table. So basically this two things will be happening between this customer ID and the ID. This will be the linkage, this two columns. So we are going to compare this two. Okay, so customer ID is a foreign key of the ID from the customer table. So what is the table? The name of the table is the customer here. Whatever, right? Okay. So let's see this example, then we will understand. Okay, as what I have explained. So we can see there is a customer table and there is an order table. Okay. So in the customer table, ID has been given, name has been given. In the order ID also, ID is given and customer ID is given. Okay. But don't do this mistake that because this ID column is present here and the ID is present here, so we are going to link between these two. No. First, see what they have said in the statement, in the problem. They have said key customer ID is a foreign key of the ID. So customer ID जो है, right? It is the foreign key of the order table, which is basically going to link with this ID of the customer table. Okay, again you can see the statement. Customer ID is a foreign key of the ID from the customer's table. So there the linkage is happening. So basically we are going to check with the customer ID and with the ID here. Okay, so now see here the ID is 1, correct? See the ID is 1 here. So now we are coming to the customer ID. It's 3 at the first. But if we go to the next, yes, 1 is present here. That means Joe orders from the restaurant. Correct? But here what they have asked us to display, write a solution to find all the customers who never order anything. The person who never orders, those names will be uh, we should display. Okay? So just keep patience. So next order ID is the second order ID. That is 2. Is 2 present by any means? Is 2 present? No. 2 is not present in the customer ID. That means Henry never orders. Okay. Now we will go to the third one, right? Customer ID. Third is Sam, right? Again we will come to the sorry, from the ID we'll go to the third, and then we are going to see the customer ID here. Yes, 3 is present, means Sam orders. Correct. Then we will come to the fourth one. It's Max. Is customer ID the fourth one is present? No. That means Max doesn't order. So who are the people doesn't order? One is Henry, another is Max. See, Henry and Max. So this is what the concept is here. Customer ID is the foreign key with whom they have asked to check on the customer table. It's with the ID. So we are basically checking the ID at first. We are finding in the customer ID, is it present in the next table in the order table under the customer table? Yes, Joe has been found, means Joe orders. Once we got. Now we'll come to the second. Second is present in the customer ID? No, it is not present. That means Henry doesn't order. So Henry's name is displayed here. Okay. Now we'll come to the third one. Yes, Sam. Does Sam orders? Yes, Sam orders. So we cannot display the name because they have asked us to display only the name of those people who do not order. Fourth, Max. Does Max order? No, Max doesn't order because the customer ID is not present here. So we'll display the name. This is the concept. Now see what we are gonna code. Okay. So in the code, what we are gonna write is from it has to be everything in caps from customer C. First we have to take this tuple called customer C. Why we are making a small c? Because we don't always want to write this customer every time. It's a big one, right? Okay. From customer C, we need to left join. It is basically what is it's doing is just the intersection. Okay. So it's the join, left join, orders A, right? On what basis we are joining? They have already said in the statement the customer ID is a foreign key, right? Foreign key of what? Of the order ID. So customer ID is basically present in the order, right? So we are going to make it, just a second. So here order we have make it as A, but let's make it as O, small o. Okay. On O dot customer ID. Okay. On C dot ID. Customer's ID, the foreign key here is the ID here. So we are taking C dot ID of the first table equals to O dot, what is it? See the spelling, customer ID. Customer ID. Okay. Now we'll give a clause to them, a condition where O dot ID is null. Okay. So this is what the concept is. So let's see what we have done from customer C. So we have to take this table first, okay? Then we are going to left join. Left join means by order O, okay? So basically the left join table is the customer C and the order O is at the right side. So the join has happened. Now on what basis we are joining this? Okay, there should be linkage between the two. So here in the customer column we have the foreign key to be ID and in the order we have to make it as customer ID. On C dot ID equals to C O dot customer ID, because we have taken order to be O and customer to be C. Okay, now we'll give the condition where O dot ID, here where O dot ID is null. If it is not present, then we are going to display it. Okay, but here we need to select select C dot customers. So where C dot name as customers. Extremely sorry, as will be in capital customer. Now why I have written this, I'll explain this. Here if you see the output, here what they have said is select C dot name, means we are selecting. I have already said customer, we will not write every time customer. We can write it, that is no problem, but just to it will be lengthy. So for that reason C dot name. So in the customer table we have to select the name. For that reason C dot name as customer. Why? Because in the output customer has been given. That's why. So let's run it. Um, what is the query here? Test dot. Where is test dot customer? So here basically the name of the customers has been moved. Let's run it. See, they have accepted it. Just because the S was removed. As I've said, we have to give a particular the name has to be there, right? So it has accepted. This is what the concept. Okay.